Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Hear ye, Tesleen when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your ockle free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah you know me. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, the hockest what we broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash or Uber Eats. Lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Redenbacher. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that he fix you. Whomever he guides, none can lead astray. But if he don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Hear ye, Tesleen when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your ockle free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah you know me. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, the hockest what we broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash or Uber Eats. Lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Redenbacher. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that he fix you. Whomever he guides, none can lead astray. But if he don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Hear ye, Tesleen when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your ockle free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah you know me. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, the hockest what we broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash or Uber Eats. Lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Redenbacher. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that he fix you. Whomever he guides, none can lead astray. But if he don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving to see how every time he's on the scene. Might rock a goofy t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach, and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah, you know me. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, the hockers will be broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the dean? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Redenbacher. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that He fix you. Whomever He guides, none can lead astray. But if He don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach, and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah, you know me. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, the hockers will be broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Redenbacher. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that He fix you. Whomever He guides, none can lead astray. But if He don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach, and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah, you know me. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, the hockers will be broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Redenbacher. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that He fix you. Whomever He guides, none can lead astray. But if He don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see how every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me.
Disclaimer. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Yes, I put the disclaimer.
Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. Today we have with us again our IT guy.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
We imported him from Bangladesh.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's better. That's better.
Yeah. So
that could be anything.
This is Abu Yusuf. And back again by popular demand, Amu Jawaza, aka Jawaz, aka OG, aka Eye Candy.
Oh man, you can't look. He's even saying stop it, but he's looking at me, not at you. Come on, man. Don't make him look at me, man. I didn't say that.
I'm not gonna say any names, but a certain sister. Like, ooh. I say lower your gaze. Lower your gaze.
Yeah.
Disclaimer?
It was there.
We disclaim?
Yeah.
Okay, then it has been disclaimed.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, so.
Hey, tell me this. Why did you pick this topic for today?
Theme bars. No matter what he said.
Yeah.
Theme bars. Give your criticism. I know one brother said, random.
Yeah.
One brother said that Muslims know the position on music and stuff like that, and they continue to do it. And he was talking about artists, famous, mainstream artists, I guess he was talking about, and things like that. But as we mentioned last time, we talked about this is all percussion. It's percussion-ish, percussion sounding, right? Yeah. So it's not actually the musical instruments, but it is indeed percussion. And some say we should limit ourselves to the duf, to the Arabic drum, which is Madaniya, is not Hadara, it's not from our culture. It's from Arab tradition. It's from their customs of their land or what have you. So anyway, if you think that percussion is haram, then we ask that we all be sincere. Because the people that may say, well, you all have music at the beginning of your podcast, which is all percussion.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can call the rap poetry if you wanted to, which is allowed. During the time of Rasulullah, they had poetry battles. They would battle. If you wrote your poetry down, you were not even considered. You were weak. Mm-hmm. They would go through long ballads of poetry, memorize and go on and freestyle even. Long ballads of poetry and actually battle each other. Okay.
Yeah.
So if the percussion bothers you, I apologize. Tune in after the countdown, because after it counts down, you can put it on mute. When it counts down, then we go live and we're just talking. We're not playing any music. But nevertheless, there's nothing wrong with percussion. And we know at times Muhammad Sallallahu would allow, like doing the Eid and Walima and stuff like that, he would allow the people that if their earth contain music, he would allow it.
Yeah,
he would allow it. So that's one random. That's just random. So like I said, I don't want to turn you off if you think that music even containing percussion and lyrics is haram. Then I ask you to be sincere, because we've had experience with brothers that they were hardcore, going straight to heaven, no judgment, and they were almost in heaven.
I can say that, man. But I have to agree with you, because again, we're not trying to say this to kind of criticize you, but it's about the consistency, right?
Consistency.
Like when you say that, okay, whatever the Islamic opinion you follow, inshallah, right? You got to be consistent, because you can't say this is haram, then you watch movies.
Yeah.
Or go to a restaurant that has music, and you see you can actually control yourself. You can go to a different place that doesn't have those sort of things.
But don't go anywhere. Stay home.
Yeah, or don't watch all this movies, because movies has music all over the place, Yeah. So, but alhamdulillah, anyway, if you do follow that opinion, which is an Islamic opinion, that's fine, But no need to.
My issue was that the same people would listen to Drake.
Right.
So respectfully, I refuse to put wind or string sounding instruments in the theme song. I refuse to do it, because I didn't want to alienate a sector of the Muslims.
Correct.
I'm letting you all know that it's just percussion. It's not.
Yeah.
There's no wind or string sounding instruments, although I could play a wind string instrument at gunpoint.
Yeah.
So, alhamdulillah, that was random. Okay, now.
That was very random.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like random on the go.
We had nothing planned.
Yeah, it's cool. See, that's why sometimes in life you just go with the flow.
Yeah, a flow with the go.
A flow with the go. Yeah.
Okay. What's popping?
Have you heard that news about the Chechnyan Mufti that unfortunately kind of humiliated the?
That will come after.
No, that's wasn't the popping. Was it?
That's the shake.
Let's blame this guy.
That's the shaking.
He's shaking. Sorry about that.
What's popping is the main topic. So we're gonna go. The topic is.
Oh yeah, that was my first question.
What happened?
What was the topic?
Okay,
Man, I didn't sleep enough.
What's popping? Okay. This dude doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep. Okay. When we imported him on the plane, it was like a 20. How long was the flight?
36 hours.
36 hours.
Unlimited hours.
When we imported him, it was 36-hour flight. He didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't sleep last night because I left him. I left you almost 1 o'clock.
It was like around 1:30. 1:30.
No, me. I left at 1.
No.
Don't get me in trouble.
I think it was like 2.
Yeah, man.
I think it was 2.
Say, fellas, look. Yep.
Oh, it was the 2 o'clock.
Fellas, you ever call your boy?
1:35. 1:39.
Yeah. Fellas, you ever call your boy? Assalamu alaikum. Man, can you please tell her where I was last night? I don't know. Oh, yeah, Allah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
man,
it gets you,
I
man.
like to troll, man. So.
Can you please tell her I was with you last night? With me? Whatever, nigga. Oh, yeah, you was with me. Like, that ain't cool.
But I did sleep, though. A couple of hours, you know.
No.
Yeah.
I left him at 1 o'clock, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
Okay. He says he went to bed 2:30.
No, I left the place at 2.
So you went to bed at what time?
Maybe at 3.
SubhanAllah.
Yeah.
He gets up for Fajr, doesn't go back to sleep. Okay.
And I'm almost fresh.
Then he shows up here.
Yeah, it's called commitment.
No.
Right?
That's called need to be committed. Okay. What's popping is role play versus role reversal. And the male is not like the female. Laysa dakaru kal unta.
Yes.
Laysa dakaru kal
Yeah,
unta.
walaysa dhakaru kal unta, yes.
Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, and the male is not like the female. Now let me set it up, okay? The father and mother of Maryam, alayhum salam, okay, alayha salam, Maryam, wanted a child. Now why? Because they didn't have any children, and they were up in age. They made dua to Allah Ta'ala to give us a child. Now, the intent behind the dua should have been more specific for a male child. Muhammad SAW told us to be more specific. You know, even demanding in your dua. Even demanding. Don't be like, inshallah, if it pleases you. But ask, as if you're demanding.
Yeah.
So, instead of asking for a male child specifically, they asked for a child. So, why did they want a child? They wanted a child because to take up the duties of the masjid. To take up the duties of the masjid.
Yeah.
So they Allah Ta'ala knew why they wanted a child, but they didn't ask specifically for a male child. So Allah Ta'ala gave them Mary, the mother of Isa. So the wife laughed. She said, "Oh Allah, but you have given me a female child." And Allah said, "I know very well what I've given you."
Yeah.
And Allah says, وَلَيْسَ دَكَرُ كَالْأُنْثَى, and the male is not like the female.
Yeah.
Now, this is very specific because the duties of the masjid are not for females. You so-called women imams, which is oxymoron, that are leading the masajid and so on and so forth, leading the salat, standing out in front of men, and everybody behind you is sus.
Big sus.
Every man behind a woman leading salat is hella sus.
Yeah.
And I can say that.
Yeah. It's like they don't have ghira to be among other women.
Well,
maybe those women don't have a ghira either. Or maybe you know what? When I heard that for the first time, I was like, yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah.
I just as a man.
A brother said, he said, man, we should visit that masjid. I said, yeah, after all, they're going to need somebody to lead the salat. They have nobody to lead the salat. I am all alone, all by myself. Say, did you hear the woman recite? She had a beautiful recitation.
Yeah.
But she also did the English. She said, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. That's my woman voice. So she says,
so women
in the name of God. Yeah, she did the English translation right afterwards.
Like recited
in the salah.
What am I just?
So they bid down on the imam.
Yeah.
They bid down on the recitation.
Astaghfirullah, man.
They bid down on the. I ain't gonna say that, boy.
Yeah. Don't even go there. This is
I'm not gonna say that, boy.
This is G-rated show.
So anyway, the male is not like the female. So we thought this topic will be important because They did a study. They did a study. Remember, the intent was to have someone take up the priestly duties. I say priestly in the Islamic sense, meaning the imamate type duties in the temple, as they call it at that time, the masjid, okay? The house of Allah, the Bayt Allah. So that was the intent. Allah gave him a female child. Allah knew that he would bring forth from that Isa alayhi salam, by mu'jiza, by miracle, okay? So anyway, the point is that Maryam alayhi salam could not handle those duties by Allah, because the male is not like the female. So what you find is that when you have women taking on the men's role, okay, or men taking on the women's role, you have nushuz, you have nashaza automatically. On the streets they call it doing too much or doing the most, and that's exactly what we have.
Yeah.
So the male is not like the female, but how do you all feel about this push these days for gender equality?
I mean, I think, I don't know, go ahead, Akhi.
For me, it just really collapses the complementary role of the genders, of the sex, of the different sex or whatever. That just completely collapsed when there's when you bring equality, so-called equality between the two or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the outcome of that collapse is disastrous. I mean, you see it in the relationships between the husband and wife, and all the other relationships in the society or whatever. You see the outcome from it or whatever, and you see the fabric of society or whatever. It just expands out, from those two to out from there, and from out from there, to all the other relationships, in the wider society. You see it or whatever, and it's just a very unfortunate thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm. What they did a study long ago, still relevant today.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're still studying this phenomenon, but maybe these studies are not as well funded because the push is to make men and women the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Muhammad Sallam said one of the signs of Judgment Day or the end of times is that you will not be able to tell the male from the female.
Yeah.
And we experienced this. A sister posted. I don't think a brother did, but a sister posted. There was 4 or 5 surgically maneuvered guys that looked like women. And they were, buxom and vivacious and I can't say that word.
You're gonna get canceled, man.
Okay.
Facebook's gonna shut us down.
So they look like women with size 13 feet.
No,
and big hands. We are so sexy. So
that's how they sounded?
Yeah. We are so sexy. I am a woman.
Yeah.
You're making me angry.
Ooh, yeah.
So anyways, so this is a picture, right? Like 4 or 5 of them. And they're dressed in body dresses and stuff like that. And the sister put a caption, "You brothers better be careful out here today." Well, first of all, saying brothers, we know, the Muslims are brothers.
Yeah.
And sisters to one another. So I took it as meaning you Muslims need to be careful out here today. But first of all, who's going to approach that?
No.
Who's in danger of falling into that trap?
No.
Right.
Because the
Oh man.
The penis is a dead giveaway.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But, hey, no. Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it, man.
Okay.
Don't even go there because we know this one guy he's gonna imagine. He's watching it. He's gonna imagine this.
I am you.
Yeah.
And you are me.
No. You don't want him to imagine, man. He's probably watching right now.
Yeah. I am you and you are me. Say,
but
how do you get past the wali though? The sisters wanting, brothers to be careful.
Yeah.
Well, that's a witness.
Probably their environment, they probably.
What Major was talking about the equality situation, right? There's another topic. It's not a topic. He can probably say if it's correct or not, which is the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Because Islam is a patriarchy, which means
Yeah.
the man leads and the woman follows, right? When we talk about how, subhanAllah, how the man and woman, I don't like the statement complete. I don't agree with that statement. I would say the man and woman can complement each other, right? You have the man that leads, that needs the nurturing of the woman, and the woman need to be led, right? But nowadays, if you speak like that, or you're a misogynist, or you are like, what do you mean? I mean, even the concept of so-called independence is not really independence. What they're trying to say is like independent of men.
Yeah.
Makes
It's the
sense.
same with the flags of our Muslim countries.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
These flags represent independence from Islam, independence from the Sharia of Allah Ta'ala, independence from the obligation of zakat to the Mir Mu'mineen in the Khilaf, the Bayt al-Mal. You know, it represents independence from having to obey Allah Ta'ala and His Messenger.
Yeah, and what's crazy, like you were saying, is that, I mean, we're talking about basic of biology from the elementary school, right? They're even denying that.
Yeah.
Like biology, they're saying it's not the same.
They say there's no biological difference. And as I mentioned, if you found a dead, decayed body with only bones and hair follicles, they are able to take that dead body, do some testing, and say this is a such and such race, nationality, female or male, approximately this how many years old, died of this, suffered from this. They can take that from decayed bones and hair follicles. They know if it's a male or a female, age, nationality, so on and so forth. But they say there's no biological difference. There's a double and a bubble.
Yeah. Translation.
Double bubble.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know if you saw this. Muhammad Hijab was talking to these folks that they call themselves gender fluid.
Oh.
So he was asking.
Another one?
It wasn't the Heidi part. It was Heidi part.
Oh, yeah, more of them?
Yeah. So he was talking to her, and she was saying that I'm gender fluid. He said, "What does that mean?" He said, "In some time I feel like a man." Then he said, "What does that mean?"
Yeah.
Like me, for example, I'm not a woman. I don't know what women feels through biological stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I honestly, as a father, I mean, even if I teach my daughter, I cannot tell my daughter to be a woman because I don't know what does woman mean. You know, she needs the mother or aunt or somebody else to explain.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because in Mecca, I remember back in Mecca, like when I used to hang with my dad, Allah yarhamu, and his friends and stuff like that, all the neighborhood kids, we hang out with uncles and dads and male friends, and we learn from them about what does it mean to be a man. And of course, the sister or the girls, they hang out with the khala, with the amma, with the aunt, and all that. That's the structure. But now when you talk about equality and 50-50, it just makes no sense because a ship cannot, you can have a ship without a captain, right? Now you have these women that says about equality, 50-50 at home. No, you cannot be the boss of the home. But the same ladies work at a companies and their boss, in most cases, are male. In some cases, are female. So you're gonna obey the boss at work, but when you come home, you don't want to obey your husband or that kind of. So it's causing a lot of confusion, and I think the educational system, even in the West, they not just promote, they actually indoctrinate with this idea from elementary all the way to colleges about this concept of, you know, because somebody say, for example, I'm not a feminist, but you know what? Like the saying goes, if the camel walk like a camel,
Talk like a camel,
walk like a duck, laugh like a camel,
talk like a duck.
You are a duck, right? Or you're a camel.
There are no ducks in Mecca.
Yeah, of course. It's all camels.
So we forgive him.
Yeah, thank you. So the thing is, some people claim they are not, but from their actions, from their statements, from their behavior, it looks like you have those concepts. So that's why you have to go back to the Aqidah, you have to go back to Islam and start evaluating, are my ideas based on the deen or is it based on these other so-called ideological stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they said dakaru kal unta.
Yes.
The male is not like the female. I think it was Plato. I heard it was Plato that said it. I'm not sure if it was Plato or not. He had a reputation of being biased against women. Well, a lot of those European philosophers, stuff like that, you know, they preferred they preferred the same team.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he had a reputation of being biased toward women. But we take haq where we find it.
Yeah.
We take haq where we find it. Okay. We don't take deen where we find it. We take haq where we find it. Okay. So he said to make women equal to men is to make women superior.
Yeah.
Many of them argue that women are naturally superior to us in many different aspects.
Yeah, different aspect, yes.
And then Allah Ta'ala tells us how we are Qawamin ala Nisa. You know what I'm saying? We are governors, protectors of the women. Why? Allah says He gave us more strength. It is biologically, through pure physics, we are stronger than women. Upper body, so on and so forth, stronger than women. Okay? Also, Allah gave us the duty to protect. Like I mentioned, I was discussing with my wife. You know, I said, hey, if there's a noise outside, who goes outside?
Yeah.
She said, you.
Yeah.
I said, but if we gonna do equality, I said, why don't you go outside sometimes? She said, I'm not going out there.
Yeah.
You know, she says your job every single time. So we understand that there are differences in quote unquote gender roles, even though people are trying to destroy the concept of gender. So they say to make women equal to men is to make them superior.
Yeah.
Now I like to use this, and I promise you all this. Okay, so you have the man and you have the woman in certain aspects, right?
Yeah.
Then in certain other aspects, you have the women and you have the men above us in certain aspects. Okay.
Yeah.
When you try to bring women up to the level of men, what do you do? First of all, you take your cues from men.
Yeah.
When a woman says, "I am progressive," I am equal," who is she taking her cues from?
Yeah.
Actual men. When you said the boys hung around the uncles,
Yeah.
and the girls hung around the aunts, okay?
Yeah.
They're taking their cues from their own folk.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Women, when they want to become equal with men, they take their cues from actual men. So they judge income, they judge a job description, they judge all this. I want to be equal to a man. But just as Louis C.K. said, he said, there are no feminists in the burning building.
That's good point.
He said, why on the Titanic, women and children first and nobody complained?
Yeah.
Okay? He said, in a burning building, women would be curling their locks, talking about, say, the most masculine of women. They'll curl their locks and say, "Oh, I'm a woman, please let me out." You know, they want to get out of the burning building.
Yeah.
There are no feminists in a burning building. This is true. So anytime you want to make women equal to men, they have to sacrifice a lot of their traits that make them superior in order to come up to men. And what do you have to do to men to make them equal with women? You have to bring them down.
Yeah.
They have to relax their masculine, natural, protective, qualities that a man has.
Yeah.
You have to come down. Now they're equal, right? Now they're equal. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens then? Like he said, the things that balance society, the things that make society go, or just obliterate it. So now we have what? You can't separate the men from the women.
Yeah. It's really messed up. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's already happening anyway.
Yeah.
That's why. Have you heard of that word, gynocentric, or gynocentrism? So that basically means centered or concerned exclusively with women, taking a female or specifically a feminist point of view. So that's what they're pushing, not just in the because social engineering, the culture shift.
Right.
It doesn't just happen like that. I mean, through Hollywood, through movies, through books, through media.
That's the test. That's the test market.
Yeah, that's how they do it. And unfortunately, this concept, this ideology, is also traveling worldwide, right? And it's causing a lot. If it was good, well, it wouldn't cause additional problems, right? So this is what's happening right now. Because if this is your nature, you got to stick to your own nature, not mess with it. And it's funny how someone will say that I want the man to be like more vulnerable and emotional stuff. Okay, I understand. Men are emotional too, right? I mean, but the emotion is not the same like the woman's emotion. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because in men we have this three concept, like the men will behave based on instinct, rational, then emotion, right? But in the woman's case, they can be instinct. I don't be nothing like this, emotional, then rational.
Yeah, but women said themselves. I mean, there are women that are tapped in.
Yeah.
They're tapped into themselves. They know. They know themselves. They're not trying to be apologetic. They're not trying to shade the issue. Shroud the issue in mysteria. Yeah. They'll actually say, look, we're like this, we're like that, we're like that. Men are like this, and I mean, and you can't help but just gravitate toward them because they have an intellect that's really it's based on reality. Yeah. Their intellect is based on a reality and not based on some fantasy or something that's trying to be promoted through Hollywood and through media.
Yeah, and it's, to be honest with you, I mean, it's a beautiful thing when you have like a man and woman different. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing. Man. But when we talk about this subject, they don't get it. Yeah. Not all of them. They don't get it. They think we're not attacking you. Look, we love women. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you have to understand that you cannot come across, like you said, in the same level. Then what happens?
I'm gonna share something personal.
There you go.
My ex-wife. Okay. My boy's mom. Okay. And she told me one time. She said, "You scared me. You're supposed to be my protector, and you scared me."
Yeah.
I cried like a girl. I didn't cry like a man. I didn't go.
Hey, did the tear back?
I
Take the tear back. Take the tear back. Take it back. Take it back.
I was crying like, yeah.
Wow.
Sound like a child nursery. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, like she said, you supposed to protect me.
Right.
And you scared me. I took that heavy, man.
Yeah.
You know, because that's a man's role. She used her feminine. Now why did I scare her? Because she was masculine. She was being really. I'm like, oh, nigga.
Oh my God.
Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You know. But then when she said, look, hold on.
Yeah.
You just scared me.
Yeah.
Your job is to protect me. Don't scare me.
Right.
And I cried. I'm like, oh man, I'm failing Allah. I'm failing my deen. You know?
Yeah.
That's what hit me. You know what I'm saying? So when a woman uses her feminine, it balances a man's masculine. You can't match masculine with masculine.
No. That's what I'm trying to say.
Remember I told y'all this old story. I did it live one time. How Abu Ahmed, we had a class later on that day, but that morning we were modeling the masjid because the water to beanies, they had they had tubs for the women's wudu section. There were tubs, actual bathing tubs. They would make wudu in the tub. Mm-hmm. So I go back there, and there were 3 baby rats sitting in the tub.
Okay.
I said, oh man, rats. And I'm scared of rats. So I said, oh man, rats, subhanAllah. I said, all the Islamic alcohol, you know. So I see the rats.
Yeah.
I say, ooh, cats. Because I seen cartoons.
Yeah.
So I went and I grabbed a cat. The cat used to hang around the masjid. And I took the cat. I say, look. And I let the cat go. The cat runs out. So I said, okay, perhaps the cat didn't see the rats. So I grabbed the cat again and I put it in the tub. I say, look at the rat.
That was an emasculated cat.
Man, I don't know what it was. I ain't even checked. I probably should have checked. But I knew cats like rats. So I put it in the tub. It jumped out and ran. So I say,
forget it.
Cat.
Yeah.
Weak. Weak
cat.
Calling the cat all kind of names like I think you. So anyway, so I go in the projects. In the courts. I go get a hood cat. Cat sell drugs.
Hey, the Barbadoo effect.
It's called a crack cat. So I got the crack cat, and I take the crack cat in the masjid, and I say, rats. And the cat jumped out and ran away. I said, oh man, the hood cat?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So later on, we had halakha, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I said, Ahmed, something strange.
Have a dilemma with this cat,
I grew up with Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
You know? Specific roles for cats and rats.
Yes.
So I said, this is what happened. And Abu Ahmed, mashallah, so eloquent. He said, they didn't run. I said, what? He said, did the rats run? I said, no. He said, they must run. That triggers the instinct.
Oh, wow.
How do you calm down a man?
Yeah.
You can't go Philly on him.
Philly.
You can't go Philly on him. You ever been? No. So check it out though. So he said that the rats have to run.
Yeah.
That triggers the instinct in the cat.
Yeah. Subhanallah.
So I use this when I teach. When I talk to my wives, my many wives. I talk to them. I tell them. I say, look, it's the instinct. I say, don't bring out the masculine.
Yeah.
I say, use your feminine. That's the balance. And that's what we're losing because they're trying to make the men like the women, and Allah says the male is not like the female.
It's very unsexy when a woman is masculine.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I feel like I'm with another dude. You know what I mean? Ooh yeah. But the other disgusting part is when you have a brother who's like feminine.
Yeah.
Well, maybe somebody. I want to say the word feminine. Maybe some brothers are like nice, but when they act like
no, nice is not feminine.
Okay.
Nice is not necessarily feminine.
Okay.
Feminine is
Even the way they dress them.
Walk around with your auntie hips.
Yeah. Oh, we got all these like
banana bags.
Hey, have you seen some of those? What do you call it? I don't know how to describe this.
It's the dip.
Banana bags.
It's like I.
Yo, look, man.
We had one in the match. We're gonna talk about this one day. Let's talk about how Magic looked my guy clothes one day. But look, this dude is in the Magic. His name is Abdullah. I'll say his name. Because on the streets, well, I call him sugar cookies. But anyway, so Abdullah. Yeah. It's one of the best names you can have.
First one, the short guy. And now.
He had a banana back. He go, I. We be in the halata. He was one responsible to help close the Magic. We'll talk about that one day. But we be in the halata, and he said, any questions? I.
Bro, he's gonna see this, you know.
No. Well, I was trying to say he was there. I tried to get him. Pause. I tried to not get him. I tried to box him one day.
He needs to be present to defend himself.
Yeah, defend. I defend myself. So anyway, so so this dude right here, that's feminine.
Yeah.
That's feminine. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget some of those tight jeans, guys.
But that's about population control, whether or not you know or not. That's about population control. We can talk about that too.
Yeah.
But okay, so when a woman seeks to act like a man, right? They call them stud. Stud is y'all. I don't even like saying that word.
Yeah.
That word is a male. That is a male horse that impregnates female horses in order to produce offspring. A stud, so-called woman, cannot produce anything unless a dude is introduced.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the only way she can produce. She has to go through the whole cycle of pregnancy.
Yeah.
She cannot impregnate anything. So like even at Megan Thee Stallion, I mean she's that girl can rap. She's nice. I mean she's nice with lyrics.
I never heard of.
And she's beautiful.
I don't want to either.
She's nice and she's beautiful, and she is a okay. She shows her double and bubble and badus and badas.
Oh man.
She's famous for badas. Famous. So anyway, so what happens is that when a woman has to take on a man role, they tend to overdo it. See, men are naturally masculine. We can even joke and make jokes. And men are naturally masculine. You know a man from a female, a male from a female. But when a woman tries to take on the role of a man and become quote unquote stud, they tend to overdo it. Okay? I'm at the mall. I'm walking through the mall, Riverson Mall downtown, right? So I'm walking through the mall and I see this is a Spanish girl that lives by the masjid. She's like, hey, hey Sadiq. I say, hey, how you doing? And this thing turned around and said, like the protection that a man naturally has for his woman, this thing turned around and did like this. I said, you are a girl. I said, I would mop this whole mall with you. I said, what are you bucking at me for? You're a woman, stay in a woman's place. You know? I mean, it was just so strange. But on the other hand, when a man starts to pretend to be a woman or act like a woman, you know what happens to them? They overdo it. They do the most. A woman is naturally feminine. Even the tomboys we used to be in the treehouse with under the pool table. I'll talk about that later. So even the tomboys, they are naturally girls. Naturally girls, even though they climb in trees, they got the girl aspect. Okay. When a guy seeks to act like a woman, they become what we call flaming or flamboyant. And they just do too much. And they're too strong. They got them shoulders. And they run like really fast with the strong muscles. You know, and they tend to, they call it flaming. They tend to overdo it because why? It's not natural for you. If it was natural for you, you would naturally be like that.
Wasn't there a hadith about لعن الله المتشبهين من الرجال بالنساء والنساء بالرجال, which means Allah curses, you know, the man that imitate
the woman, imitate the man.
So subhanallah, I mean, but you see, the challenge right now, these sort of ideas, these sort of the social engineering and the culture shift, it's happening like everywhere, even in the masajid, indirectly. Like what do you mean by that? Like for example, when some of the sisters said, you know, we need to involve with the masjid, we need to, you know, have some sort of, you know, for sisters only sort of activity. That's fine, you know. But sometimes they go to a point that it becomes just
potluck.
Yeah, but it becomes an indirect way of like, is that necessary in the first place?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I'm not saying. I mean, yes, they don't come because the masajid or the Islamic center is the place for Muslims to get together. That's actually good. They can study the Deen. Like, you know, my brother, what's his name? Subhanallah, Rushdan, right? From I don't know, mashallah, his wife. Yeah, Indonesia, right? Mashallah, his wife used to teach the sisters the the Quran and stuff like that. That's a good place to do, right? But I've noticed over the years that sometimes it becomes like not for the Deen issue, but more like gender.
Yeah.
Like for example, every Muslim must have woman. Like why? Like why there has to be woman? Like why is it a necessity that every center must have some sort of woman involved? Is that like a must? Are you trying to say because to build the Muslim family, the community? If that's the point, okay, alhamdulillah, we can go for it. But when they make an issue, oh no, it has to be this many percent male, this many percent woman. Now we're trying to take the same narrative of these society that says like every company must have this much woman, or this much men. And because the Me Too right now, did you know that companies like the managers and businesses when they meet the opposite sex, now they don't do it in a private room.
Yeah.
They do it publicly or the third person.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get Me Too'd, for example.
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to be very careful. If you're going to do it for
You
sabilillah,
know, the imams are doing it too, though.
like what?
The imams would not meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing it. They're like, man, look.
In fact, Brother Hanini, right? In fact, he was advising the imams that because of all the situation, hey, if you're trying to help a sister, make sure outside the office, another person with you. Allah knows, man, what's going to happen, because nowadays, if woman says something, it's like, forget the facts. Just believe her.
When I sat with Imam Muhammad over some marital issue I had,
Yeah.
I have so many. He had brother Abdurrahim and another sister actually in there too. Like it wasn't just me, my wife, and him.
Okay.
He actually had 2 more people besides that.
That's good, yeah.
So but okay. Here's the issue. They did studies. Right? They did studies where women have to they have to take on a masculine persona in order to do the job itself. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that job. This one study was, for instance, they use women correctional officers that are correctional officers in a male prison. I don't understand why that is, but that's America, right?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to America. So they have to take on this masculine trait, in order to and what they do, they overdo it. They write more people up. They're writing us, writing inmates up. They are yelling at inmates and ordering them around because they have to take on an even more masculine trait. Why? Because they're trying to pretend to be masculine. But the male officers just chill. They chill and they're men. They're masculine naturally.
Yeah.
But the female officers have to y'all do
They have
this.
to prove
Y'all do that.
yourself. Like
Yeah.
They have to prove themselves.
Yeah, you have to really. And they said after so long on these jobs, they tend to lose their feminine traits. And they said it affects the home. So don't blame me. These are Kufar that did this study.
Yeah.
They say it starts to affect the home where the woman starts to, stud up. Take it home to her husband. Yeah, exactly. And speaking of kids, when women say, I'm the mother and the father, if you notice, if there's any type of corporal discipline, they go overboard. I've seen that. I've seen women that had children previously. I married them, a lot of them. Not a lot of them. Don't listen to him. So like you'll marry them, and they said, I'm used to being the father and the mother. I said, you've never been the father.
Yeah.
You have no experience. You cannot. You have no examples of how to be a father.
Yeah.
I say, concentrate on being the mother. I'll handle that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is that I've seen women spank kids, not necessarily my wives, but I've seen women in public, whatever, that had single mom. They made a lot of bad choices. Late night, 2 o'clock, like he hangs out.
Yeah.
And the spank.
Yeah.
They spank too hard. They hit too hard. They hit too much. The yelling. The yelling. I said, you're not just saying words. You're giving off energy to this child.
Yeah.
I said, don't talk to that child like that.
Right.
They're like, yeah, I'm a man, and I'm not going to yell at that child like that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, when a person say I'm the father and the mother, you're obscuring the gender roles, the natural roles, the nature that nature intended.
Yeah.
Natural roles, and what happens is that you do the most. It's called nashaza. You are rising above your station. You're doing too much.
Yeah, isn't the ayah in the Quran the shoes?
Yeah.
The shoes also mean like the being like disobedient and troublemaker.
Yep.
You know, that's why and
Yeah.
Islam says these are the three things that the husband can do. That's what the nashaza, the word comes in. And I don't know how can I relate my experience in the West because I was grew up in Mecca, so all the schools, boys with boys, and the girls school, right? It was
Which is actually proving that they actually learn more.
yes, yeah, and it was separate.
Yeah, they actually prosper.
Yeah, and but how about this? Correct me on this one. This is an idea I was thinking about it, and I had a discussion with a couple of brothers that, like for example, nowadays, I think, I don't know, 70% or the 80% of the schools, whether it's Islamic or non-Islamic or government, the majority of the teachers are female, right?
Yeah.
So you have boys and girls in the class. So of course the female teacher can teach them compassion and love and all the other stuff. But what about the masculine part? How can you teach the boys to be strong boys? Don't you need like a male coach or in the 17? I mean, I sound for some people it sounds weird, but if you wanna I had a lot of women at the school. You wanna do 50-50? Oh, let them have 50% men or male teachers and 50% female teachers. But I think the boys need to be even the word masculine, unfortunately, I mean, they interjected this oxymoronic statement, toxic. Well, how can masculine be toxic? And they also, Dr. Sean T. Smith, he talked about how they interjected that term in the American Psychology Association.
Yeah.
And he was saying that this is not scientific, this is more like an ideology interjection.
Yeah, they've been influenced or pressured.
Yeah.
It's not about is it scientifically proven? They've been pressured. It's like gender dysphoria, right?
Yeah.
It was considered a mental illness. So they took it, they were pressured, they took it out of the psychology books, and then what? They didn't explain it.
Right.
They didn't explain it. They just took it out because it was offending too many people.
Yeah. So
people are offended by haq. They're offended by truth. You know what I'm saying? What is your experience with this? Okay, women will say that a real man this and a real man that. What is your experience with that? It's always coming from women what a real man is. Mm-hmm. These are the same women that are raising sons single. Mm-hmm. What is your experience with that?
I've heard it.
And if they put it in a meme, it's true. So
yeah,
right. Put it in a meme.
Yeah. This real man this, real man that. I don't know.
I mean, do you think sometime? Because we talked about the ideological push, right? But do you also think it could be the upbringing, the family structure, because I was raised, alhamdulillah, mom and dad and my siblings, household, right? And all my friends are like that too,
Yeah.
But when I come to America, I see a lot of issues where, like, father's not in the picture, or mother's not in the picture, or there's some other problem that I don't know. Maybe it creates this generation of not having the mom and dad, good mom and dad, not just any, because sometimes parents doesn't mean they're always good parents, right?
Exactly.
Do you think sometimes because of that broken structure, maybe it's like perpetuating in just kind of a cycle, like producing the same problem over and over and over, right? So it's not just the ideas from school and college and media, but also what is your family background, where are you at, and do you think that maybe part of it as well?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like you say, the majority of the women who holler "real man this, real man that," they come from broken homes. They come from spaces where there was no man present. So what are you being informed by as to what a real man is?
Right.
It's just it's really a sad and pathetic just a whole, pathetic thing or whatever as far as society and how it, just spreads in society or whatever, or, it just.
Well, I mean, this is the broken home era for a while. It's the broken home era. Remember they came out with Beyonce came out with all the single ladies.
They're like pushing it. They're like pushing it.
It's like it Fantasia, one of my favorite singers. I mean, I love her voice.
Who's that?
Her and Oprah have the same feet.
How you know, man?
Slave feet.
Allah Akbar.
Underground railroad barefoot. Anyway, so, but she has a beautiful voice though, right?
Yeah.
Her story is tragic, but she has a beautiful voice. And she came up with a song called Baby Mama. Praising. It's like an anthem for baby mama. So everybody want to be a baby mama. For those that follow battle rap, I like battle rap. For those that follow battle rap, what happened was New Jersey Twerk, and you probably don't understand who this is. New Jersey Twerk beats up Norbs for texting his baby mama. Okay? He's not with the girl. He's never married the girl. They have a Zanin child together.
Wow.
And he said, where I'm from, which is New Jersey, okay, that the baby mama can't be touched, can't be talked about. And this is crazy. I'm like, there's no legitimacy there. This child is going to grow up, not have a father. If he keeps acting like that, he won't even have a father figure. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're going through. So this guy got beat up on camera, got beat up on camera.
Like
for
black battle,
texting. No, beat up.
Physically.
Yeah, this guy was one of the ones that set up the battles. He's one of the owners of the league. So, but this guy is just a battle rapper. He beats him up for texting his baby mama. Baby mama is free game. She gonna have to find a man to marry her, to become a father figure, to show stability in the home.
Yeah.
Not you, dude.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So he beats this guy up, and I'm using it as an example. As an example, they are making baby mama like marriage. They're making it like some dignified thing to have. So you sing anthems to it. Beyonce say all the single ladies. Slavefoot says, this goes out to all the baby mamas.
It's like the moral degeneracy.
Exactly.
They're pushing it too hard, right? Because even the word bastard.
Yeah.
It's in the dictionary. It has a definition.
And they get offended.
Yeah, but that's what.
You know why? They have bastards.
But do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing that is normal becomes like abnormal.
MashaAllah.
Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, when I used to work at a company, a couple of guys used to tell me, like, why don't you date? Why don't you have side chicks? I'm like, I'm a Muslim. You're weird.
Yeah, you're weird.
Like, yeah, thank you. That's a compliment. You know what I mean?
جاء الإسلام غريبا وسيعود غريبا
Yeah.
فطوبى للغرباء. I'm saying Allah began as something strange, it will again return as something strange. Give good news to the strangers. So it's okay if you're strange.
Right.
They even have Austin, Texas, have a whole logo, a whole motto: keep Austin weird.
Yeah.
Don't make Austin like every other city. See, Austin has these streets. 7th Street, 6th Street, 3rd Street. They got these streets.
6th Street.
Yeah. And it just straight streets.
Yeah.
And it's like Mardi Gras. It's like you have what is the street in New Orleans? My whole family from New Orleans. I don't even know. What's the street where they have the main street in New Orleans? Off of Canal Street. Man, somebody knows. Anyway,
Somebody knows. Put in the comment.
So you got Canal Street's the big street, but they got the street that comes off of that, with all the clubs and the bars or whatever, right? So anyway, Austin has like a lot of those.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Bourbon Street. There we go.
Yeah,
Bourbon Street.
yeah.
Because I never drank, so.
Yeah. How does he know?
So Bourbon Street. Yeah, Bourbon Street is that main street, but Austin has a lot of Bourbon Streets.
Yeah.
It's like every night can be like a fiesta. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't go. I used to visit the Austin Masjid all the time, man. If you go to that masjid like at night, it's hard, man. It's like all this traffic and nowhere to park.
And plus, us is the most liberal, city like in Jacksonville.
They used to call it Little LA.
Yeah.
Long time ago, they called it Little LA. And one of the reasons they call it LA is because they have porn there. They actually make porn in Austin.
Wow.
If you it's a small city, very robust. Okay, so anyway, if you drive down 35, like I come from my sister's house in Killeen, Texas, and I will go through Austin to get back to San Antonio. Off the side of the road, you'll see a place it'll say modeling.
Industry porn or just
industry?
Porn?
Yeah, it says modeling. There's no modeling going on in there.
Oh wow.
There's double and bubble.
He knows.
Nah, I'm telling you, man. Like, you see this place? No, I used to do my profession was video and photography. I know the places. I know the places like Barbizon and other places, USA Model, places that actual model agencies.
Yeah.
That little shack is not a model agency.
Subhanallah.
I'm saying, and when you hear about what Austin is doing, and you see that place, you say, oh, that's what those are.
Yeah.
There's no modeling going on in there.
But they got a lot of awesome rivers, lakes.
Oh yeah, rivers, lakes, all that good stuff.
That's how I always go there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nice, but when the sun goes down, after the Maghrib,
the sun goes down.
I say what?
I hate the traffic.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
it's one really. Well, they got the toll now, but anyway, that's another subject.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, are we done with this topic? Think we angered enough people?
I guess so. Yeah, that you're probably gonna trigger some weak people.
If you get triggered, then you're nothing more than a. Okay, anyway, so
Triggered.
Yeah.
I mean, inshallah, it's just a conversation. We talk about this. Hopefully, it will to the listeners. I mean, I hope this is gonna make you think about because it is serious actually.
It's hurting family. It's hurting society.
Yeah.
Gender roles should be well defined by the creator of both genders.
Yeah.
Okay, the creator of both genders. And we're going to talk about the Mukhanithin one day.
Oh yeah.
Because people that is not trans anything. Mukhanithin are not gay.
Yeah.
They're not part of the LBGTQPI. They're not part of any of that. We need to talk about them really one day because you'll be surprised who these people actually are. You know what I'm saying? And how that term is being abused to justify certain behaviors among Muslims.
Yeah, and also you have the youth. That's another type of character behavior that.
Yeah.
But it's like, and I see those sort of behavior a lot.
At the youth in street, they're actually yani.
Yani? Yeah.
They're yani.
Very yani.
No. They say what a prostitute. I'm gonna use the good words. What a prostitute won't do, a pimp will.
Wow.
Meaning that if she ain't gonna do it, I'll do it.
Wow.
Just to get the money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys. When we have I ain't gonna say his name, Black such and such. They were known as bimps.
Bimps.
Translation.
Bimps.
Bimps. Okay. They were known as bimps on the street. With all the girls and getting the money and driving the Cadillac. In prison, they were women. I mean, they were women. I should say women-ish. They were women-ish in prison.
Do you know how many psychological problems this sort of thing creates, man? I mean, if you look at depression, suicide, all these other problems, man, it's just like it gets worse and worse and worse, and nobody wants to admit it.
Allah says, "And the male is not like the female," and we'll leave it at that. Allah Ta'ala is God. I'm not. You're not. No one is. La ilaha illa huwa. There's no God except He. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. This segment is called "Shaking My Muslim Head." Okay.
Yeah.
There was a Chechen mufti that banned the niqab. He called it a Wahhabi phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
He said it is not necessarily from Islam. There's no opinion that it's from Islam, which is actually wrong.
Yeah.
And he said this is not Chechen culture. Chechens don't do this. This is wataniya. This is like patriotism. A form of asabiya. Nationalism. And qawmiya even. Tribalism. It's just like that. So he's not correct. It's not just the Wahhabi thing. They push it. Their opinion is that the niqab is far, that you should show only one eye to see the way if it's necessary. Better to cover like burqa, the whole deal to see nothing. This is what their opinion is, but this opinion is indeed based in Islam. And this has to be a government
I think so.
backed fatwa.
It has to be.
Because sometimes the mufti is considered the big sheikh, Sheikh Kabir or whatever. But usually the lesser sheikhs will attack. Remember, Bin Baz said it was okay for the kuffar to come into Jazirat al-Arabiya and kill other Muslims on behalf of the Saudi regime, right? And America's pockets and Bush all money and so on and so forth. So Bin Baz said that, and the lesser shiur, not saying lesser in knowledge, but lesser in status, what was it, Safar Hawali and Salman al-Oda, they disagreed humbly in a letter, not even publicly, not on TV. They disagreed respectfully in a letter, most honorable, whatever, and respected him, and they still got jailed and threatened with death. So again, you can't disagree with the big mufti, especially when the government backs him. So apparently this was a government-backed fatwa. You know,
Right.
the government-backed fatwa, and he had these niqabi women on the
Yeah, it was
video
very humiliating.
lined up.
Yeah.
He said, "Remove it now, remove it," and they reluctantly took it off.
It was very humiliating. I mean, if that was your mother or your sister, I mean, I feel very bad. I don't follow that opinion, but it's still, man. I mean, it's very humiliating, man. It's messed up.
I'm one. I don't require my wives to wear the niqab. The Sahaba described the faces of women, right? Anhum, and there were, there was no condemnation of her. They didn't consider that tabarruj, or anything, or openly display of your aura. They didn't consider that any of that. And we have this in the prophetic traditions and in the ahadith that women had their faces uncovered, so on and so forth. So I don't require my wife to do anything. If she says that I believe niqab is fard, I want to wear it, I say you'll wear it under full protection. But like I was mentioning to you, if this area of Chechnya is supposed to be Muslim, right? Highly populated Muslim, probably a Muslim leadership and rule, or whatever. Not Islamic rule, but Muslim rule, which is totally different. And the women should be allowed to wear it and feel protected wearing it. It's not like some Sheikh Yabuti in California is passing a fatwa, or in New York saying women in the United States should not wear niqab because it's becoming a hazard. These people are trying, these Trump supporters or whoever, are targeting women with niqab on and things like that. Not so much women with the hijab, period. So that fatwa would have some relevancy because he's trying to protect the women. This guy was trying to, like you said, humiliate.
Very, very, I'm telling you, man, when I just couldn't watch it, honestly. I mean, I was just like, this is like, man.
Did you see the video?
No. I just seen the brothers, the sheikhs.
The reaction.
Yeah. So I just couldn't. It's bad.
So to you, Chechen Mufti Yabuti, Sheikh Yabuti, for you attacking these sisters, humiliating them on video on behalf of your kufr government in Chechnya, was shaking our Muslim head. SubhanAllah. Our sisters go through too much, man.
Already, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, they're naked. Women are naked. They call themselves Muslim. They walk around with bikinis, bikinis with khimar. They have booty shorts and short sleeve shirts with the badubas out. With khimar. They speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, she got a song out called Body. And a brother sent me a video. And the woman is a light-skinned girl. She's wearing like a leotard with stockings, like fishnet stockings and something. And she's shaking it. And someone said body, something. And she's shaking on the thing. And I said, hey, why you sent me this, man? He said, man, that's a Muslim sister.
Oh, wow.
So let me look at it again. So I clicked on the page. This is a sister, and she say she's married, and she got pictures with her husband, and she got pictures in the niqab. That day she took it off, put on a bikini, looked like a bikini, and she's body dancing.
SubhanAllah, you know how sometimes when somebody commit haram, like let's say in a small place, that's it. Right? Maybe 10 people side, you get 10 sins right there. But when you put it online, the whole world sees it. What if Allah forbid, Malak al-Maut came and took your life?
Why you doing body?
That's there forever. That's what I'm saying. Like I was telling a brother last time, social media is a tool like any other tool, right? So social media did not make people act weird like this. No, they existed before.
Exacerbated it.
It just exposed it.
That's it.
Right? Like in Saudi, when they treat the non-Arab like harshly and horribly, all these YouTube videos coming out because this has been happening since the 80s. It just the tool give the access to the people to expose it. So when they behave on social media like this, guess what? In real life, that's how they are. Because your behavior, your statement, whatever you do, it's based on your ideas.
Well, it was amazing that it was a Muslim sister. You got these sisters in Chechnya that want to wear the niqab, okay? And you got these sisters over here that want to be naked, And a lot of them are modest. They do cover themselves, mashallah, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Right.
And you got the ones that expose themselves because they're trying to compete with the kuffar.
Yeah.
But see, the kuffar are rushing head forward into Jahannam.
Yeah.
And the Muslims should be rushing toward Al-Jannah and Allah's
Right.
forgiveness, right? That's what the Muslims should be doing. So why are you competing with the kuffar? Well, brothers are marrying kuffar. Brothers are attracted to the kuffar. No, brothers are attracted to women.
Yeah.
A woman's body is zina. Her whole body, head to toe,
Naturally,
is zina.
Yeah.
It's an adornment. It's a treasure. Allah made it attracted to us. It's attracted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To us. So the sister dancing, why is a Muslim disgusted with that? Because it's Islam now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're attracted to naked women.
It's part of the.
It's part
Our
of the
brain
man.
is hardwired like that.
Yeah,
but we have the
it's like that,
Islam
yeah.
to kind of
But when it comes to mockery of the deen, you're gonna need Viagra.
Akhi, remember with the Jibril Allah yarhamu, long time ago when we went to UTD, Dallas, remember?
Yeah.
When we were giving a lecture
Yeah.
and we were talking about why these sisters, mashallah young and but the way they were wearing the dress was not proper, right?
Yeah.
And I think you asked one of the brothers why they're like that, and they said, well, because they want to marry the brothers. They want to have the brothers be interested in them, but the brothers looking at, the so-called kuchified kuffar, whatever.
Yeah.
So instead of, again, not using the Islamic approach, but they thought if they dress nice, the brothers going to look at them instead of. It's kind of innocent. It's like a sad and innocent at the same time. You know what I mean? It's not right.
Bro, even the kuffar that go to strip clubs.
Yeah.
They laugh at somebody that tries to marry out of there.
Yeah. It's not a marriage material,
If you try to marry out of a strip club, the guys that go to strip clubs every day and spend hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, they'll laugh at you.
Yeah.
You wife that? That's exactly what they'll do. They'll laugh at you. So even among the kuffar,
Yeah.
you got to be a kafir to go up in there. I ain't saying a Muslim won't go up in there.
Right.
You got to be a kafir because a Muslim will sit there and after it's over, like, I'm out of here.
And it's funny, even the kuffar that sleep around, when they want to get married, they don't go back to those ladies that he sleep around.
No.
He said we want a wife material.
I got an example. My brother grew up with a bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
But there was this one girl, she was considered a toss around.
Wow.
All the fellas were with her. Okay?
Yeah.
She wasn't a tomboy that hung around. She was a woman, and she, basically went through all the dudes, My brother told me about the story when he was growing up. Because he pointed to me, that girl right there, man, back in the day, he was telling me that she was, they call it jump off. She was tossed around among the fellas, and one of them married her. They all clowned him.
Yeah.
They clowned him. So you may say, well, that's hypocrisy. No, it's not hypocrisy for men to like women. It's not hypocrisy for men to like Badus and Badas. It's not a hypocrisy. We like it.
Yeah.
Okay, but in measure, when you're talking about family and having a future and raising good, wholesome kids, it's not there.
Yeah.
It's not there,
Yeah, and the other day I was studying this article talking about how in 2030, a female from the age of, I think, 24 or 25 all the way to 45 in this country, almost like more than 40% will be single.
Yeah.
I
I told you we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
All these beautiful, immaculate sisters. Single.
Yeah.
They say it's the brother's fault. Dawud Adib did not a video, but a tape. He's like I said,
Long time ago. Yeah.
He did one that said the problem with Muslim women. And everybody wanted their tape because everybody that was not at the lecture, they want the tape. Brothers used to circulate the tapes and make copies and circulate the tapes. So the title was The Problem with Muslim Women. He started off, he said, number one, problem with Muslim women, Muslim men. And he started going in on brothers. And everybody loved the tape. He started going in on brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the natural leaders, but what happens if you try to exercise that authority?
Yeah.
These women have a whole system behind them to support them. Whether it's taking the kids, getting child support for a child is not even yours, or a child you don't have rights over, which is just as bad, so on and so forth. So they have a whole system behind them. So it emasculates the man. So if you try to be a manly man, you better have a really Islamic and a law-fearing woman.
Yeah.
Because she's not going to call the police on you if you try to exercise your manly rights.
Correct.
Because if you want to go to the store and he says, no, it's raining, it's late, I don't want to go to the store. I don't want you to go to the store. What you want is not necessary. It's not a necessity. Right. And she said, well, I want to go to the store. She can call 911 and go to the store. You know, she can actually call 911
Yeah.
and go to the store.
May Allah protect us, man, you know, and protect the families because, like I said, I mean, what keeps the society progressing from the Islamic point of view, you know, or progress, right? From the Islamic point of view, is that the family structure. If the family is good and family is strong, house is strong, then this is how you take it out. But when the home is broken, then it really reflects, you know, even outside. But subhanallah, man, I mean, we gotta really work hard on this and not just talk about it, but also offer the solution. Like, you know, Islam, at the end of the day, Islam is the solution. Go back to Islam, look at it. Of course, nobody's perfect, but anytime, like, you know, Umar Khattab said, like, you know, if you ومن يبتغي العزة بغير الإسلام فلا عزة له. That means whoever wants izzah, you know, right? Honor other than Islam, you have no honor, right? And this is what's happening. So when some of the sisters said, well, the reason I picked feminism because of the abuse and whatnot, okay, I'm sorry about the hardship you went through, but that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
You have the Islam in place. Why you have to go to that one?
Yeah.
And same thing with the brothers, you know, they pick other than Islam, like, la, I mean, the solution is right there. You're just picking something else, and guess what? Problem after problem. Because then they never solve the root of the problem. They're just putting a band-aid in the issue.
And these organizations and movements are led by kuffar. They don't believe in Allah as messenger.
Right.
Okay. Muhammad Sallallahu was talking about the Battle of Uhud.
Yeah.
Okay. He was talking about the Battle of Uhud. He was talking about the woman that was there with the short dagger. And she was poking the kuffar. She was poking them. And Muhammad Sallallahu was in a corner. He got his tooth chipped. He was in a corner, and she was right there protecting him. When the Sahaba Mujahideen were like, because they got him they were in the kill box.
Yeah.
They caught him in the valley and started raining down arrows on him. So they were in panic, and the woman, she stayed calm. And Muhammad Sallallahu said, in the battle, no matter where he looked, he saw her. She was there protecting him no matter where in the battle. Now the feminists will tell you, we need to reform Islam because, you know, women are given everything they need. Aisha Anha was mujtahida mutlaqa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She was an absolute mujtahid. She could talk about any aspect of Islam.
You know, I don't know if you ever saw the show, you know, they call it Ertugrul. It's a Turkish show about Ertugrul.
Before, it's a lot of episodes. I didn't watch one.
Dude. Anyway,
I heard it's good.
It's good.
I heard it's good.
Because even though it's partially fictional and whatnot,
right.
But because the founder of Uthman, he comes from him, his son Uthman. But man, if you see how real men, right, and how the women are fighters and stuff like that, man, and mashallah, it is beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing. Even mashallah, even a non-Muslim watch this show. It's better than that filthy Game of Thrones. I don't know why Muslim promote that.
I haven't seen one episode.
Not even me.
I saw a dragon. There was a dragon. There was a dragonfly. I said, I ain't watching.
You know what? Wallahi, I'm not kidding. Wallahi, because I work with a lot of clients, right? Some of my non-Muslim clients actually told me not to watch it.
Yeah.
They go, hey, Yusuf, you don't want to watch it. Is this harem? You know, it's like, what? It has like princess, and you guys don't want all things. See, a non-Muslim advising me.
Yeah.
But when I go to social media, my mind is blown. I see sisters and brothers. Hey, did you watch this? Did you watch? I'm like, but guys, this movie has a lot of filthy stuff.
Well, it's a lot of pressure. You know, I mean, like
if you're gonna watch it, just keep it to yourself.
I mean, I'm gonna say something that don't sound right.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat the Muslims up.
Yeah.
Too much. They don't have the proper aqidah. That's how I balance it.
Yeah.
They don't have the proper aqidah, so therefore they're not gonna have the proper vision. But see, those with the proper aqidah need to really have these discussions, even if they don't like it.
Yeah.
Even if they don't like it, have this discussion with those without the proper aqidah and try to bring them up to the level of understanding Islam, so they'll have vision.
Yeah.
They don't have Islamic vision. You know, they don't have Islamic vision. They got Muslims that said, under no circumstances will I abandon my child. Under no circumstance, they'll use the hadith that says, do not break the ties of kinship.
Yeah.
But that has limits. Allah says you have an excellent example of Ibrahim alayhi salam, who abandoned his father, never to keep company with him again when he found out he was an enemy of Allah.
Yeah.
When it became clear to Ibrahim that his father was the enemy of Allah, he abandoned him never to keep company with him again. So therefore, there's another topic I sent it to you about unconditional love.
Yeah.
You know, is it kufr? Is unconditional love kufr? Discuss that one day, inshallah.
Yeah.
But for now, anything else to add? Nothing. Anything else to add?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Okay, the women are mad at you.
That's good.
I hope they are well pleased with me.
Yeah.
I really I need your approval. I need your acceptance. Because without that, I cannot function.
Yeah.
And I'm being highly sarcastic.
It's always sarcastic.
So anyway,
That's why I take him seriously.
it says Amir is calling me You can tell he's not watching the podcast.
He's
He's not watching.
Oh my God.
Assalamu alaikum, Afi.
Hey, Assalamualaikum. Hey, you watching the podcast? No.
Yeah.
We're almost
we
done.
about to go live now. Yeah, we're about to go live now. You gonna watch it? Inshallah, watch it. Give us about 10 minutes and then cut it on.
Oh man.
We're a very good show, inshallah. Yeah, we just practiced for about an hour and 15 minutes.
Give him a break, man. Stop clowning.
No, man, we done, man. We wrapping it up. We wrapping it up right now.
And I mean, you're live too.
Yeah, you're live too.
You're actually live. You're in the live show right
You're
now.
live right now.
You got busted.
Yeah.
Let me get off this phone. I'm just kind of in. Let me check it out.
All right, inshallah.
This is the best podcast year.
There you go, man.
We got live call in.
Yeah. That's
High
how-
tech.
That's
High tech.
high tech. That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it.
So anyway, midweek we're gonna have the recap.
Recap
Clap
on
back
Wednesday.
react.
On Wednesday, inshallah.
inshallah, we'll have that. I'm not sure of the exact time.
We have to check the schedule.
Okay.
Maybe 7 again.
7 last time.
Yeah, we did 7
and
last
we,
time.
We did it, and then we worked out.
Let's do a 7.
Okay,
Let's do
inshallah.
a 7.
We'll try to do 7 Eastern Standard.
Central.
Central
Central, yeah.
Standard Time.
Eastern.
Eastern is gonna be 8. It'll be 8 Eastern. And it'll be 5 o'clock.
I don't understand time zone, so I'm a different guy.
No, they're an hour ahead, so it'll be 8 o'clock. It'll be 8 o'clock Eastern. West will be
I think
California time zone. It'll be
I think it would be good if we put it
you
on the
got EST, CST,
Yeah, let's put
you
it on
got
that.
OPP.
OPP. You know me. Okay.
Okay, you can't rap.
All right. Yeah, I know. What to do, not to do. That's where I come from. So
Durka.
Dr. The barga. That's what Faris always says. The barga. I don't know what does it mean, but you know.
Okay, so inshallah, look for the recap, clap back, react.
Yeah.
We're going to scrub your comments and complaints and correction, inshallah, and we'll address those Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, and 5 o'clock California. I don't know what that's called.
5 o'clock.
Is that general? Mountain time?
No.
California time?
California, I think it was Eastern, isn't it?
No, East is New York,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Philly,
West,
California,
is that Pacific?
Florida.
Pacific.
Pacific,
Yeah.
As black folks say, specific. That's Pacific time.
Pacific time.
Can you be more Pacific? I ain't gonna way over there. So anyway, so we'll do that, and then we'll announce the next topic,
Inshallah.
inshallah ta'ala. I want to discuss why he seems so anti-black.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look. You got,
Hey,
you
I
gotta put out
have an answer for that. So
Yeah.
get ready.
there. Okay,
I have a
so
good answer.
I think we may discuss the African American cultural myth. Okay, and I'm gonna DM some of you sisters. You know what I'm saying? Now, and brothers,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go
or
bold.
just do a general post.
Can I go bold? I might look like black. If I go
Go
bold, I go bold. Change my name to Tyrone.
Oh man, yeah.
Tyrone been want a coffee.
Yeah.
That's why Tyrone been want a coffee. Yo, what's up? You gotta practice, man.
Yeah,
You gotta practice. You gotta give me the shaving stuff, man. Oh,
man.
dead.
Just gonna get your hair braided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That look nice, right?
Anyway, so inshallah, we'll announce the next topic. It may be that, it may not. You know, I may back out, because my people.
My people.
My people.
Yeah.
So if we have nothing else,
That's it. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to share this
Like.
podcast and like and subscribe
subscribe.
to YouTube and the Facebook page.
Inshallah ta'ala.
Barakallah fikum.
Okay, this has been Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. We are signing out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.